My name is Chris Winfrey. Everybody knows me as Freeze, and I own Trade-In Vape here at Haynes Mall next to Cinnabon underneath the food court. I got my first e-cigarette November, Black Friday actually, 2009. It was the actual first time, and the reason was because North Carolina had just passed the ban for smoking inside, and me and my buddy would sit at Waffle House till 2, 3 in the morning, write music or drawing or whatever, and we would smoke cigarettes. So I was like, dude, I gotta have something to replace this because this is like my every night. So I went online and found Blue, and I got it in the mail Black Friday 2009. It wasn't that efficient. The battery was kind of shitty. The flavors weren't that great. So I'd go back to smoking. And then I would try like the next thing that came out. I'd go back to smoking. And in about 2012, 2013, I found out about a mod called the Provari. It was a $200 tube mod. But I thought to myself, if I make a real investment in this, I'm more likely to quit smoking. And from the day it came in, I was done. I hadn't smoked another cigarette since. From there, I had this idea when the first vape shops were opening. I asked one of them, why aren't you doing trade-ins? Cell phones do trade-ins. Like, people sell you cell phones. Why aren't you doing that? GameStop's been doing this with video games. Why aren't you guys doing it? And they just didn't know how. So I had the idea very early. And one day we were sitting around, me and my business partner, and I was calling it Vape and Trade or Vape Trader. And he was like, why not Trade and Vape? It's a good name. It's a real good name. So from there, bore this concept of GameStop for vaping. It took us another year before we opened because we had to figure out how do you clean and sanitize these things because people are putting their mouths on them. How do you, warranty them? How do you make sure they work? Yada yada. So it was a long process. And then we opened our first store November 11th, 2015 in Greensboro. And here we are. So there's two parts to main vape devices, really. You've got the mod itself, and you've got a tank. This is where your mouth goes, this is where the juice goes. In the world of vaping mods like these guys that you see me hold up, there are some that are regulated, meaning they have a computer chip in there that regulates the wattage and amp limits of the batteries to the coil. Anybody who gets into this style has to learn basic Ohm's law, like it's science. So the fact that this can set it to 50 watts and be good, that's all doing it in a computer. This is not. This is a mechanical, meaning there's no chip to set the settings on. So it's based off the math, 30 amp batteries. Each battery is going to be 4.2 volts at full power. They'll diminish down to like 3.7 before they stop working. So the math on that is that Ohm's law with the resistance of the coil that I built to equal the watts. I don't really care about that. Not anymore. What I care about is, do I enjoy this vape? Am I enjoying this flavor, this amount of cloud vapor production? If I enjoy it, I'm good. I don't need to know how many watts this is. So when I have people ask me, oh man, how many watts do you vape at? I don't know and I don't care. I like what's comfortable. And that's what I want my customers to think. They get pigeonholed in this idea where you need to be vaping at 120 watts, man. My friend said you need to be vaping at 200 watts, man. That's ridiculous. Like, it's unnecessary. I don't think anybody gets pleasure that hot of liquid being vaporized. That's hot. So batteries, mod. This is called a dripper. So this is like the other tank that you saw me hold up earlier, except I built these coils myself by wrapping Kanthal wire in a circle to make a coil and then putting it in, and cotton is used to hold the juice while that vaporizes it. So that basically instantly boils it into a steam. The vaping mods actually have an interesting history. These were originally made out of flashlights. So there's a whole hobby of flashlight enthusiasts that exists in the world. So these flashlight enthusiasts were able to take that battery, these were flashlight batteries and computer laptop batteries, and they invented a way for that to power the atomizer. And so that's how the mechanical mods, which are the most OG, were made. So they were tubes of metal. Originally they were flashlights, then they became this, actual tubes of brass with a button that would push the battery up to make connection with the top and then send the current up to the dripper. So this was the OG mechanical mods. This is new G mechanical mod. Vaping is meant for, in my mind, still is the sole purpose to help people quit smoking. I know there are hobbyists of people that never smoke cigarettes in their life that do it. I don't condone that behavior. To me, it's about quitting smoking, but even then, like, people will do it anyway.